I've had this sketch on the back burner for the longest time, but I never made it because I actually didn't know how to create the bowl. But one day I stumbled across another creator's YouTube channel, and her name is From Jay. And she was making a little udon bowl, and she had the smartest method for creating a little bowl. So special thank you to her for showing her method on how to create this little bowl. First I made this little circle using some silicone putty, and then after it hardened I wrapped some black clay around it and cut the excess off. Now I'm finally adding a little face to my bowl, and then we're gonna go ahead and place it in the oven to bake. After 20 minutes, this is what it looks like. You can easily pop it off with the silicone. I cannot believe that I didn't think of this method sooner. Now I'm just going to be mixing a pale yellow to make my ramen noodles. I'm going to be using some translucent liquid Sculpting to attach the noodles to the bowl. The bowl has already been baked, so that means that the clay isn't going to stick on as easily, so the TLS will act like a glue. Now I'm just swirling the noodles around and hoping that this placement looks good. After that, we're going to be moving on to creating a polymer clay cane for the meat slices. You're going to want to gently squeeze and pull the clay until you get the size that you want. Then after that, you can go ahead and cut out your little meat slices. I'd recommend waiting about 10 minutes before you cut into it because as you can see, mine got a little squished. And then after, I'm just going to add a little face onto it. And now I'm going to be moving on to making the little tempura. And I just realized that I completely forgot to make bamboo. It's unfortunate because bamboo is my favorite part of eating ramen. And while I was sculpting this, I had a feeling that I was forgetting something, but I didn't listen to myself. But it's whatever, at least I remembered to do the egg. Now that we have all our ingredients, it's time to just place it in. This part was kind of tricky because I wanted each of their faces to show. Then I made a tiny cane for the little green onions. I baked it for 5 minutes and then cut out some little slices. Now I'm going to carefully place it on using my needle tool. Maybe forgetting the bamboo is a good thing because it might be too overcrowded. I don't own any soft pastel, so I'm going to be using my eyeshadow palette, and I'm going to be trying to color my resin with this to create a little broth. I'm mixing it up using a little silicone brush. I made the color of the broth way too dark, and I'm not the biggest fan of how it looks. So I'm kind of sad because I spent a lot of time on it just for it to be ruined by one thing, but let me know what you guys think about him. My plan was to turn him into a keychain, but then I forgot to add an eye pin.